Hello beautiful creatures, welcome back to Crafts and Curios. I know that I said I would post this video like 2 weeks ago, but I came down with a cold and I wanted to wait until I sounded like I could breathe through my nose again before recording this audio. So today I'm going to be showing you how I made my recent Cottagecore doll, starting with my first ever after high doll that I've ever customized. I have no idea which doll it is, but this is what she looks like. She's got a really cute sort of gentle smile, and her face sculpt is quite wide, and I think she looks quite like soft and cutesy, so I think she's going to be perfect for my Cottagecore doll. I had to remove a lot of ink from this doll's face, as the child who had it beforehand clearly wanted to customize her herself, so I did take off the factory paint and hair prior to starting filming. As always, I am going to be using the hot water technique to remove the soft vinyl head. Leaving your doll in hot water for about a minute will soften the vinyl and make it really easy to remove the doll head without damaging the internal peg. So I'm just going to leave her to cook for about a minute before I go ahead and rip off her head. Making sure to use a old cloth so that I do not burn my hands on the hot water. I'm just going to drain as much of that water out as possible, and then I'm going to gently jimmy off the head. This is my first ever after high doll, so I wasn't sure what the peg was going to look like, but it's the exact same as a monster high doll and it came off even easier. Everything's still intact, so awesome. Now, using a pair of sharp-ended scissors, I'm just going to wiggle those around inside the head to break up any of the remaining glue bonds and pull out the hair plugs through the neck hole. Now that she is factory hair free, I'm just going to reinsert her neck peg and put the head back on the body in preparation for her face up. As always, she's going to get a quick dosing of Mr. Super Clear and sit for about half an hour before I begin her face up. I did actually lose almost all of the footage of this face up. Here's me blushing her up with her sketched on face shape, but besides that, that's all I have. So this is what the finished face looks like. I did some bushy brows and some freckles to really capture that kind of cottagecore outdoor living, and just kept the makeup look really natural. And here is the little hat that inspired me to make this doll in the first place. I did a full tutorial on how I made this little hat on my channel. I'll put a card somewhere on screen for you to go watch that if you haven't already, or if you were interested in making a little hat yourself. She's so cute with her little hat on. The big mistake I made here is that I fitted the hat while she had no hair, so that does mean when I add hair, which is this gorgeous honey brown kind of color, it does make the hat fit very, very snug. Because of this, it meant I had to think really hard about the placement of the hair so that it would not affect where the hat sat on her head. I really didn't want to make another hat, and I didn't want it to not fit her, so I had to be really cautious about how I placed the weft hair on the doll head. I ended up using a lot less of the wefted hair than I usually use for a doll head. As you can see, there are little patches where the doll has no hair glued on, just so that the hat can fit the circumference of her head. And now moving on to her outfit, the best part of this whole doll, I'm using some Cottagecore floral pre-cut quarter yard quilting fabrics for this. I get mine at Spotlight. And I'm just taking a really simple pattern from Repaint Art on Etsy, I'll link her below, and just taking a bit of my own spin on it, cutting the skirt into 3 rather than one whole piece so that I can add some lace between these pieces. And I know this isn't the most true to the aesthetic dress for the cottagecore look, but I wanted to make something fun and puffy and kind of Lolita inspired, and I just really wanted to use a lot of lace. So she's more cottagecore Lolita than true to the aesthetic cottagecore, but she turns out beautiful anyway, and I'm really pleased with how her little skirt looks. And then I sewed all of the tiers together and she looks so cute so far. And I just need to now attach the bodice of the dress and the sleeves and sew her all up. She'll be done. I did add a Velcro fixture in the back because I really do want to make another sort of dress for this doll out of that beautiful blue and yellow floral that ends up as the sleeve fabric in this dress. It's such a beautiful fabric, so I did want to not sew her into her outfit, and yes, added a Velcro closure on the back. I am so envious of people who can use their sewing machine to sew miniature clothing. I just can't do it. My machine is so old that it will just eat all of the fabric, so I do have to hand sew all my little outfits, but it does mean precision is there and it is quite meditative of this experience. So here is the complete parts of her little outfit. I did make some little bloomers that are so cute out of that fabric that is the middle tier of her skirt because it didn't get much of a highlighted position in the outfit. And then I did add a long sleeve with a lace cuff and a cute little lace front piece of her bodice, and it looks so cute together. I can't wait to put her all in her outfit. Prior to dressing her, I did pin her hat on her head because it did still end up really a bit too snug to sit on there by itself. But now that she's ready, we can put her in her little outfit. I love the detailing of her little dress. I know that lace is quite expensive here in New Zealand if you are buying it from one of the chain craft stores, but it is so worth it and adds such a beautiful little look to your dresses and outfits for your dolls. I think the little buttons are so cute. I did have to paint them because I couldn't find white seed buttons in my local craft store, but with her outfit all together, I did notice she did need one last little detail, and that was some stockings before adding her shoes. So I did go on and make some stockings. I love the option of having the stockings without the little bloomers as well. It is really a Lolita look this way. They're so cute. Stockings are just so cute at a miniature size, so I think she looks awesome with them. Yeah, she's beautiful. And for the time being, I just gave her these little Monster High white shoes. As the dress is so extreme, I didn't want to do a really extreme shoe as well, and I think they work for now. So she is completed, and here is my finished Cottagecore Lolita doll. She looks so cute. There's something so whimsical about her, and I love her hat with that yellow velvet like ribbon around it. So cute. This doll was so fun to make as I went in with not really any idea, just being inspired by the little hat that I had made, and she turned out so beautiful. I really like her, and for my first ever after high doll, it was really fun to just experiment freely without kind of being confined to a idea, because the molds are so different in the face of an ever after high doll. I feel like their eyes are so big comparatively to the Monster High dolls, so it was just fun to practice really, and sometimes that's what you've got to do, especially when you're learning a new craft, and taking your time with art is almost like more fun than focusing on the finished outcome. I don't know, that's just me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more crafts and more curios, do hit that subscribe button, leave us a like and a comment. What are you guys up to this week? What's the weather like where you are? And if you would love to see more sneak peeks like this doll I showed so much on my Instagram before showing her here, do check us out on Instagram at @ofcraftsandcurios. And as always, we'll be back soon with more crafts and more curios.